Shit. Okay. Relax. Relax. Don't do it. You wanna do it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but we're getting back into the rhythm here. Listen, I have been reorganizing my whole collection and been looking at what I have, and I just came across my Gucci foundations again. And I spent a lot of money on them. I'm loving my Gucci lipstick. I'm loving my Gucci powders. I've learned how to use my Gucci bronzers, that it really works with me better, even though I felt like it was a little bit too red, but just loving how it makes my skin feel. And I'm just thinking maybe I didn't give the primer and the foundation a good enough chance. So we're gonna go back and let's give it a second chance and see if I have a different opinion on it. And one thing I feel like was one of my first mistakes in the video, and I'll leave that original video up here so you guys can go check that out first and hear my first impressions or review of it. But I felt like I put on the primer in the video and didn't really give it enough time to sink in, and started with the foundation. So I'm thinking, I've been hearing so many other reviews, people are really liking the primer and I didn't like it at all. So maybe everybody deserves a second chance. So we're gonna start off with the primer, and I'm gonna give it a little bit more time to seep in and work into my skin and see if it works better under the foundation. A second thing I noticed in that video was that when I was putting on the foundation, it just didn't stick to my skin. It was smearing all around. It could have been the foundation brush I used. Remember, I used that Kayaki travel foundation brush new from Sonia G. I just gotten it. It just was too small, and I think a little too stiff and dense. When I put it on with the sponge in the video, I did like it better, but by the end of the day, I'm not really that oily. Sometimes I'll get a little shiny in here and in here, but if I have the right primer, the right foundation, the right powder, unless I'm not jogging 30 kilometers or something like that, I usually don't get that shiny, and not that I can just take my finger and wipe away the foundation. So I was watching Miss Jackie Aina. Everybody loves Miss Jackie Aina. I love her so much. She has such a great personality and humor, and she is an OG when it comes to women of color makeup gurus on YouTube, long-standing OG. She has a routine that she uses with every foundation. After her primer, she sets her primer with a, matching her skin color powder. I wouldn't say translucent, because she does use her skin tone powder, and because she does have oily skin, a really oily T-zone, and she sets that before she puts on the foundation. So I said, I'm loving my Gucci powder. Let's maybe work it that way also and see if I can get the Gucci foundation to stick better for my skin. Number one, I'm gonna leave the primer on a little bit longer and let it really seep into my skin. Number two, I'm gonna put a little bit of a powder foundation under it, but I'm gonna work with two different foundations. I'm gonna use the Gucci on one side of my face, and then I'm gonna use another powder that I've had for a while. From Sicily, Paris, I have this blurring foundation.
Snap out of it!
And that I bought and I really loved. And I even loved it when I used it as a buffing powder over my foundation when my makeup was finished. But then I was watching another YouTuber, another beloved YouTuber of mine, Miss Michele Wang. I will also leave her link if you've never heard of her, but I can't believe that nobody has ever heard of Jackie Aina or Michele Wang. But just in case, I will leave the links to their YouTube channels down below. And she has a long-standing relationship with Sicily Direct, and she's a big fan of Sicily. And she was advised from a representative of Sicily that this blurring powder is better used under the foundation. So it's the first thing you put on before you go in with your foundation. So I'm going to see which one works better, if the Gucci works better under and over the Gucci foundation, or if I can finally get a lot of use out of this beautiful Sicily blurring powder, and I'm going to use that on the other side. So let's get first started with the Serum de Beauté Fluide Soyeur, basically silk priming serum from the Gucci. We're going to do that again. I am going to put that on. I'm going to start with maybe 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to rub that in. And first, we're just going to push it in, especially here in my pore and nose region, over my eyes. And we're going to just spread that out. I think I have enough. It does have a great smell and does have a silky texture to the touch. When I first used it and how my skin felt putting it on, I really like. I just don't think I gave it enough time to seep in, maybe dry down a little bit. So we're gonna do that. And while we're letting that seep in, I am going to show you some B-roll here. I had started a video and did some filming of how I clean my brushes, but I just figured that wasn't a long enough video. So I just want to go in here while we're letting this seep in and show you guys how I clean my brushes. For a long time, I used to just fill up my sink with some warm water and a very good moisturizing shampoo. Foam water, put my brushes in there, let them seep for a while. You work them through on your hand, get until there's no more color or no more dirt coming out. Rinse them off good, leave them in the sink, and then I would fill it up with warm water again with a couple of squirts of a good conditioner. All my brushes were always natural hair. I had from a MAC, I had mink brushes, I had pony hair brushes, I had different hair brushes what they used before. Now they're using squirrel, they're using goat hair and everything. In the last 2 years, I have been renewing my brush collection, but my old brush collection, I swear, those stayed very well conditioned, and I used them for like 20 years until I finally decided I just wanted to branch out and start getting some of the new brushes. And then I would just swirl them around, make sure the conditioner conditioned the hair slightly, you know, kind of shake them out across the hand, across the towel a little bit. I used to lay them out and just let them dry naturally. I never really liked using a lot of the cleansing or disinfection sprays from some of the brands, maybe MAC. Don't want to talk bad about MAC. I just felt like the hairs would sometimes get dried out, and because they were personal brushes for me and it wasn't for professional jobs or as a makeup artist I had to use on different faces, different people, I didn't really feel like I needed to disinfect them. And I swear my brushes stayed in the best condition. But since I've gotten my new brushes, I have started using, a lot of companies have gotten better with their shampoos and their brush cleansers. And right now I am really into the brush shampoo from Clean Apothecary, or Apothecary, it's probably better pronounced. I believe I bought this on Beautylish. I have it in the grapefruit flavor. It comes in other different flavors, but I just find the grapefruit very citrusy, and this is a nice clean smell. Basically, I take my brush, I lightly wet it, and then when you open it up, it just reminds me of the shaving kit my father had when he was, you know, if you're my generation and your father did clean wet shaves, you know, every 3 or 4 days. He had a nice little shaving container with the dried soap in there. He had a nice natural bristle shaving brush that he would just wet, foam up in there, foam up his face, and then you could shave your face with it. And this is similar how this is. You just take your brush, you wet it, you know, you just do circle of motions until it lathers up, and then I just take the brush, lather it in my hand, keep lathering it. I'll add some more water, rinse it a little bit out, dip it back into the brush shampoo, and keep working it like that until the rinse is clear, until all the makeup is out. Basically, I shake it, rub it a little bit out of my hand. The excess water, I slightly rub it on a microfiber cloth because you don't want it to get, if you use a terry cloth towel or something rougher, just like your own hair, it will make the bristles a little bit frizzier. And then I have this nice drying stand. I will leave the link below for you in the description box. You see how the rubber sections will hold every size of brush. I just leave them hanging upside down so the bristles can dry straight upside down, and when they're dry, then my brushes are ready to go. So you guys, that's how I clean my brushes, and like I said, I'll leave everything in a link for you down below for the brush shampoo from Clean Apothecary. That's a hard word to say, apothecary, and also the little stand I found from Amazon. Okay guys, been running off my mouth. I hope the primer has been working into my skin long enough. It does feel very silky and soft. I mean, you can't deny it's a great product. Let's just hope this time it works a little bit better with the foundation. So I'm gonna go in, like I said, with the Sicily Blur Expert blurring powder. I'm not sure if it comes in different colors. It's just described as the perfecting smoothing powder. I really believe it's only one color. This has a little bit of peachy color to it, so it does do a little bit coloring correcting. So I'm going to go in with my Sonia G smooth buffer here, and we're going to do that on, for me, is my left side. It's going to be for you guys the right side of the camera in the video. So I'm just going to tap into that, and I'm not going to really brush it on. I'm just going to tap it into that areas here where the foundation was not sticking. I didn't feel like the foundation was not blurring enough. I didn't feel like my pores were showing through. So it's not like I'm trying to cover up pores or blur. I'm just trying to give a little bit more of a powdery stick base that the foundation can stick to. So I'm just doing half of my nose right in here, like I said, where I felt that I got a little oily and the makeup didn't want to stick. And we're gonna powder that through. Okay, I feel like that's enough. Now I'm gonna go in with my other Sonia G buffer, and this is the face one, also the flat one, and going in with my beloved Gucci, the normal powder. I have this in number 6, and we are going to do the same thing but on this side. Just going in and see if the Gucci powder works maybe better with the whole Gucci formula. I know it's a great setting powder and buffing powder, but I just want to see if it works just as well in setting the foundation. Now we're working with this side of my face. Just give me a base, just like Jackie does. Let's Jackie. Okay, I need to shut up. I'm not doing her little song justice, but if you guys know, then you know. Okay. All right, you guys. I think I got both sides a little bit matte, a little bit set. Let's see if this is going to stick. Now, I'm going in with the Gucci, what color do I have here? I have the 280C. If you remember my video, I said I was worried this would be too cold, but I found it matched me very well. So we're gonna go in with this, and I'm going in with the new foundation brush here. This was a little bit flatter, so I'm able to more wipe it on and stipple it in. But I'm not gonna say too much about this foundation brush because you guys know I've been loving my new foundation brush from Refer, but I've invested in a couple of more. Finally been finding some better foundation brushes, and there's a video coming where I'm ranking all of the new ones I have and how I like them, what's the benefit of one to the other, one is, you know, the pros and cons. But wait for that. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bells, ding 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 ding, so you'll know when that video comes. So let's start out with 2 pumps and dab this in, and let's try to just stipple this on first and rub this in. Okay, I'm gonna get my other mirror and look a little bit closer. Okay. Is this sliding around or is this staying where I'm putting it? Okay, I do feel like this is staying where I'm putting it. Of course, I'm not really using circle motions as I did with the other foundation brush because it was a more flatter kabuki style brush. Okay, you guys, already I see. It's good that I use the Sisley on this side of my face because that's where I have an old burn mark here and it's a little bit more bumpy, almost like I have large pores. It's not really large pores, it's just the mark or the scar. And that Sisley blurring powder is really helping, even with that extra texture what I have there. The makeup is not settling in that. I find it's sticking to my face very well. I see even if I keep taking the brush across it, it's pretty much dried down now. It's not moving and I'm liking the look of it. On this side, where I actually don't have texture, I don't want to say that the Gucci powder caused texture, but let's just say it's not as smooth in here, but is it sticking just as well? Okay, I'm trying to rub it off a little bit, see if I can. It's not rubbing off. It is sticking very well, but I just feel like I have more of a smoothing effect here. So that could just be on the, because that's what the Sicily powder was made for. Too blur, too smooth. Ouch. But I feel definitely that everything is sticking. And it's looking pretty natural. It is. Looking at everything here, I'm being very, very critical, so give me the time to look in detail. And as it's warming up to my face and really settling down and drying down, it is looking very, very good. Yeah, so far a little bit better than the first time. Let's go in there with a little bit of concealer, going in with my Pat McGrath, my LM12. I have preached and preached and preached, and from the beginning of from the beginning of my YouTube videos, shows you guys how much I love the ML12 because it does have a little peachy in. It's a very good color correcting, just like the Topaz from Hourglass. But for some reason, I've been just hanging out with Miss Pat McGrath a lot, maybe for the last 4 months. So let's get in there with my La Mer, the mist, and my sponge. Please excuse my sponge a little dirty. I need to wash them. It's the last one that I have. And let's tap that in. Just right here where I need a little bit of color correcting. Like I said, love this right in here. It is so light. It's good medium to full coverage, but it just goes in like skin if you just work it in. The mother, so good. All right, and then just to even out a little bit of, not really highlight, but just even this, let's go in with talking about Hourglass. I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass Sienna because my beloved Tarte Creaseless, it's all gone. I'm scraping the bottom, and I'm quite sure you guys have heard that Tarte has come out in the original Shape Tape formula with the Shape Tape Creamy, and I've been wanting to try it. But the problem is, I've heard in some reviews that pretty much the color is the same, But I have heard in some of the reviews with the Shape Tape Creamy that it falls a little bit darker than the colors from the Creaseless. So I'm a 36B in the Creaseless, so I'm thinking it might be a 35B, but because of what's going on in the world right now, I really can't walk into a store and test that out. So I've kind of been, you know, I've got enough other concealers. Of course, the Tarte Creaseless is my ultimate favorite, but there's so many other concealers. I have the Hourglass, the Pat McGrath. I have that not only in LM12, I have that in LM14, and I also have an LM16, which is way too dark for me, but I thought maybe I would get tanner in the summer. Hey, you can only hope for the rest.
So, how's that tan coming?
I don't know. Let me check. Looking good.
My Coke and Dough I like. I still have my Teint Idole concealer from Lancome. Just because Creaseless is my favorite, it's not like I don't have 5 other good ones that I still like and I can live with. So I'm just giving a little bit of time to use some of those up until I can go in the store and see if I want to try the Shape Tape in the Creamy. So we're going in with the Sienna because it's also a very good color. Don't like under my eyes highlighted too much. I just like to even it out, but I like a little bit, just maybe 1 nuance, 2 nuances lighter than my skin. So let's go in again with a little bit of the Lumiere mist, and let's smooth that out. A little bit closer, make sure I'm getting that evenly. Okay, you guys, I am going to set my face with my Gucci number 6 and go in with a little bit of Gucci bronzer and just do a light natural eye makeup. Probably gonna go in with my Pat McGrath Statuesque. That's all over one color. Put on a little mascara and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, finished my makeup. I have on some Gucci bronzer, the different blushes, whatever I use on my eyes, I will leave down in the description box below. And usually you guys know my beloved combination of Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes and Dark Star Mascara. I was too lazy to get up and go get that out of the bathroom. I have on only my Charlotte Tilbury mascara. Exactly what is this called? Full Fat Lashes, the Hollywood lashes. I must say my lashes are looking very long and full, even with just using this mascara. That usually doesn't give me that result. That is because I have been using, remember my beloved bold brows? I now have in the bold lashes. I am going to leave again down in the description box. I have for your first purchase from the company a 15% discount. Please use it. I am loving how thick my eyebrows and my lashes are getting with the amazing bold brows and long lashes from that company. So I can only highly recommend it. And for lips today, we're gonna go in with, I just got this. Actually I ordered this when I ordered, I think, the new highlighter from Pat McGrath that I ordered, and this is an Elson 4. This is the LiquidLust Legendary Wear Matte Lipstick in the liquid lipstick. What did I order? I think I ordered the new Divine Rose highlighter. Yeah, the second highlighter she brought out, not the first one in the gold, the new one, which I actually haven't tried out in front of the camera yet. Yeah, what is it? This was the original one, the Skin Fetish, and yeah, this is the one I'm talking about, the Skin Fetish in the Ultra Glow Highlighter, Illuminating Glow. I don't know, I have these two. One is in gold, one is in pink. And when I ordered the second one, I went ahead and ordered this. So let's get me some sexy lips going. And okay, this is very, very matte. Okay, I like the color. I'm not sure if I like the consistency. I have no problem with the matte liquid lipstick, but I wanted to go on very liquidy first. Let me get it spread out before it dries down, and this is as soon as it touches my lips, it's dry. That means if I make a mistake, I can't wipe it off. I already made a mistake. Oh well. Ugh. Made another mistake. Let's see if I can get this off. Man, I just wiped off my makeup off. Now I have a smudge. Okay, I am not coordinated enough to deal with this kind of formula. But the color is banging. I like the color, and even though it's very matte, dried down, it's not like I feel like all of the moisture is being sucked out of my lips. It is very comfortable, very elastic for the movement. It's not making any particular wrinkles or lines show up in my lips. Yeah. Okay, that might be something. This is, do I have another one in this collection? No, I think this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one I have in this series. I have some of her other liquid lipsticks, but I don't think this is the matte. No, this is just a regular liquid lip. We'll have to see. Like I said, there might be a learning curve for me to work with it. Okay, let me correct that. Put some more makeup there. Where is my... it's down here drying with the other. My concealer brush. That's what I need. It's a hot concealer brush to get in there. Okay, I hope it's even, you guys. Whatever. Whatever. I do like the feel of it. Like I said, it dried down a little bit too quick for me to work with, but it's very elastic. I do like. Okay, you guys, I need to go finish doing a little bit more to myself. I have about maybe 4 other videos to film today, and I am going to try, even though I have videos to film, if I start getting a little bit too oily, I might need to tap, but I'm going to try to resist not to tap. I want to give you a true, opinion of how this now and this new technique, putting the powder under, letting the primer sit a little bit longer, if this Gucci foundation stays where it's supposed to stay on my face, and if I like it. I mean, I liked how my skin looked last time, and it just didn't sit where it needs to sit long enough. I must say, when I first put it on, it was looking not so skin-like and natural like it's supposed to look. And this side was looking much better. I can already tell you, I like putting the Sisley blurring powder under the foundation more than the Gucci itself. The Gucci powder is awesome to set. I set and I buffed with it, but under the foundation, I will next time stick with the Sicily, but let's see if this even wears how I want it to wear. So I will see you back in a few, hopefully 5 or 6 hours. Probably won't be a full 8-hour day, but let's see how it goes. See you then. Hi guys, I'm back. It's been about 6 hours. We filmed about 3 other different videos. One of them is finally my Charlotte Tilbury ranking of the Charlotte Tilbury quad. So please tune into that video because I am doing a giveaway of the top 3 quads that I decided that were my top bronze, silver, gold medallion winners. And we did a little bit of Dare to Decorate, where I also encourage you always to look at, because that is my passion, interior decorating. For me, that's like fashion for your home. I have done nothing to my face since then. I was also a little bit skeptic if I was looking too greasy in front of the camera. So I wanted to go in and powder, but I didn't, and actually it's not bad. I do have a little bit of oiliness here and here, but I just feel like that's natural radiance. I feel like in the other video with Gucci, in the end of the day, I did feel like the makeup looked natural. It's just that it rubbed off a little bit. I had trouble getting it on. This time, I got it to stick well. I feel like putting a powder underneath. Number one, letting the primer sit a little bit longer. But I can't say that's my favorite primer. I still feel like if I had used my Victoria Beckham primer or a primer from Pat McGrath, or you guys know I love the Loa, what is it, the gold, the one from Guerlain that I always use, the Poreur d'Or or L'Or. I'll leave a picture up in there. My French words, I'm mixing them up right now. But both of those primers really have very good skincare that your skin just feels so, those are also primers I can use without using foundation. If I just want a light skincare, it's maybe too hot outside that I don't want to use a heavy face cream under my sunscreen, then I'll use those and my skin just looks beautiful with just some powder and some concealer. So I can't 100% recommend primer, but I am a little happier with the foundation. And I do believe you do need a little bit of powder under it. I must say on this side, I'm happier with the Sicily blurring powder than I am with the Gucci. Gucci, I love that powder. You guys know I am a big fan of that powder. I love it to set, I love it to buff. I did buff with it today, but I do believe if you're gonna put some kind of powder under your foundation, the Sicily is better for that. And I do see the Gucci foundation as a good lover. You know, she or he, they need a little time to warm you up. When I first put it on, it still looked a little cakey and not natural, but after about 10 minutes, it looks natural and it looks beautiful. So I will say I can highly recommend the Gucci foundation. I've learned how to work with it. I will maybe try it with a couple of other foundations. And I was thinking about using it with my Milk, what is it called? Whoa, let me get it, 1 second. My Milk Hydro. When I find that I have a foundation that doesn't stick to my face very well, I love using the Milk Hydro foundation. And this is actually my second bottle. Don't think I don't use it. It's full because this is brand new. I'm gonna have to break into that because I still have a little bit of my other. But there are some foundations that I love how my skin looks with them, but they do kind of like scoot around a little bit. And that is the primer that I do need to make it stick, especially in the summer when I'm not only using some kind of face moisturizer, but I'm also using a sunscreen. And a lot of times, I keep saying sunscreen. Sunscreen, not scream. Sunscreen, because then you do have a little bit more emollients and slip on your face, and you need something that helps your foundation stick to your face. Now let's come to the lipstick. I know when I was putting it on, it was at first, as soon as you wiped it on, it was drying. I was a little careful. Let me get it, you know, I was scared that once it dried down, I wouldn't be able to wipe it off if I made a mistake, because I do not have the steadiest hand in the world. But this lipstick is the bomb. Not only do I love this color, of course, I love all her Elsons. This is an Elson 4. I think I have the original Elson. I think I have Elson 3. I have all the Elsons in the different variations. I really do love this tone of dark red. This lipstick, I have not touched on my lipstick in the last 6 hours. I've eaten a pizza. I have had at least another 2 glasses of wine. I have drank water, and woohoo! Only in the inside where you see I've eaten a little bit, but when I'm like this, it sits. I will have to update you later to see how easy it is to take off, because when it sits, it could be hard to take off, but let's see how my cleansing balm, my cleansing oils take it off later. But even though it dried down quickly, very flexible, I don't feel like I have anything on my lips. I mean, I really don't. And it's not drying, it's not cracking. I really love it. So you guys, I had a very long day. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodnight. But I just wanted to touch base with you. What you see here I have not touched anything. I mean, if you want me to, I can blot off a little bit. I would only blot there and here. That's the only places where I thought it got a little shiny. A lot better than last time. And when I do this, it's not wiping off like last time, like the last video. So I have found how to use the foundation. It takes a little time to warm you up and be one with your skin. And I think using a little bit more stickier primer or a little bit of powder under it as a base, like Miss Jackie Aina does. Thank you, Miss Jackie, Auntie Jackie. She has given us that little trick of putting on the foundation and making it stay. So, you guys, I'm gonna say goodnight for now, and I hope to see you soon. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell, tell me what you have to say down in the comments, you know? Let's start a conversation. Give me a like. I hope you don't give me a thumbs down, but I hope to see you soon. Bye.